don't get it, 'cause I don't ever wanna crash alone, alone. Being alone with you is like having my own brother back. Now let's stay alone so we can sink into the endless black. Looking into this is a moment I will miss, so let's just stay alone so we can sink into the black abyss. Time is flowing, don't let my hands slip as I drive you home. My car is slowing down, but don't get it, 'cause I don't ever wanna crash.
No smoke with no fire, no silence if there's no sound. One way or another, you're going to put me out. Drinks flowing like water, too drunk to turn off the light. Stay under the covers, who knows how we'll end the night. Just don't hang your hopes on me, I wanna feel something. God, you look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in the way. I know you think that I'm always way too self-aware. Oh, we could never be together, but it's nice to play pretend. I wish that I could lie, but I'm way too self-aware. Mood swings like the weather, body's under pressure. Oh, I love the way you're using your imagination. Laws of attraction, put them into practice. Just don't hang your hopes on me.
Fight till you break down and let me. Break down and let
Hello everybody, I hope y'all's day is going swimmingly. Got some people in the chat, glad to see ya. We got a good match on tap, hoping to empty the keg here with the Harrisburg Senators. Yeah, I tell you I get those teams wrong. The Harrisburg Senators and the Sacramento River Cats. Background noise might be a factor today, as I don't know how loud y'all can hear my family's game room. But just a public service announcement right there. The bots are ready to go, and they're lining up right now. But the things for Sacramento to win are pretty simple. Score. They don't have that great of a defense when you get crowded in their zone for very long. So if they can do that and they get quality shots, I think they will win this game against Henderson. As for Henderson, they need to play the cycle game very well. They need to keep it in the neutral zone and in Sacramento's defensive zone. And if they can do that, then I think they come away with the win because they are so good at pressure. But let's see who is amazing at that pressure on both sides of the ball, starting out with the Harrisburg Senators. let's reveal the starting rosters for your match today. Leading off at forward, number 33, Redbot. Playing midfield today, number 6, Hamburger Cheese Salad. And in the backfield, in the crease today, number 9, St. Peter. In his second season with Henderson. And now the starting roster for the Sacramento Rivercats. Leading off at forward, number 31, Illinois. Playing midfielder, number 90, Guardian. And playing defense, her first start, number 7, Kamel. Second season with the Rivercats. And that is all for the starting rosters. And with that, let's cut to the chase. I am Tetro, and this is the RLBA. The RLBA is on... Well, the game is muted. Hold on, let me fix that for you real quick. Here we go. We got a good match on tap. Open everyone to be in unison here. Here's Redbot immediately with a shot. And before most people can sit down in their seats, Redbot already is on the board. And what I was talking about, I guess they don't need too much time in the O-zone. They just get one there. And that's going to be a wake-up call for Sacramento. They definitely got to get up, and they got to get moving. Here's a waterfall for Illinois, and that will be straight to hamburger cheese salad. That'll be for Redbot, and he's going to get it out straight to hamburger cheese salad. The most dynamic duo in the RLBA. They do an amazing job at having synergy. Just everything a duo does in sports, they do it, and they do it to a high standard. And they're the reason the Harrisburg Senators are where they are today. Speaking of, here's Redbot. He got a shot by hamburger cheese salad, and that will be just off the post, saved by Guardian. Those two statements don't make sense. What makes sense is a shot from Illinois here. He's going to try and get back. Here's another shot. He just misses on hamburger cheese salad. Gets a goal right there, 1-1. And that was all Illinois there. Really needed nobody else as he just dismantled all 3 of Harrisburg's defenders. And I guess you wouldn't call it much of a defense there, but they get a goal there. And a good one at that. Here's a shot from hamburger cheese salad. Just goes off the post. That one was really narrow there. Here comes Redbot trying to set it up off the backboard, and Kamel will dodge that opportunity. Hamburger cheese salad going to keep it in, and that's the game plan for him there. They really want to cap on the opportunities in the offensive zone. Here's another one here from hamburger cheese salad, and he scored. 2-1 is our score with the Senators leading here. The Rivercats are in a bit of a hole here, but not much for Illinois to climb out of. He's done better things before, done crazier things. Speaking of, here he comes right now. And maybe the Rivercats' other men need to get more into it. Maybe that's the message here. It's not Illinois' fault at all. He's playing an amazing game. And maybe it's just his teammates that need to step up. Shot just off the backboard. Rebounded by Redbot, and they're just piling on shots. The center of that ball. Speaking of, here's another center from St. Peter. Get off the post, and they'll keep it right back in. Playing a game of who can keep it in the Rivercats zone for the longest amount of time, and given the score, I think Harrisburg's winning here. Maybe a little bit of something starting. Maybe you want to be starting something with this Rivercats possession. Getting something going. Here's a shot by Guardian, at least a center. That will be out by hamburger cheese salad. Speaking of, there's a shot by Kamel. That's going to be off by St. Peter. Rebounded by Illinois, and that's going to be just out. Just bounced away. Unfortunate bounce. You know, they really want a lucky bounce, but got an unlucky bounce there. There's a shot from Redbot, and on the open net, he scores! And there we go, 3-1. Emergency Salad going to pass it to Redbot, and they're as much of a duo as they come. And they've got all 3 goals collectively for the Harrisburg Senators. Here we go now. Big kickoff looming. I mean, big kickoff for the River Cats. I mean, you're just hoping for the Senators. You want to keep it to a minimum, the amount that the River Cats can do. They're doing a pretty good job of that right now. Here's a steal by Guardian, trying to set it up here, and gets denied by Hammer. She's Salad. Gets delayed in his inevitable arrival. Now we'll switch players. Here's Illinois. St. Peter will try and get it out to Redbot. Stolen by Kamel. Kamel demos St. Peter, getting the goalie out of there. Probably not going to be a very happy... The Senators are not looking like a bunch of happy campers after that demo. They're looking to get a little bit chippy here as well. Here's Kamel. Leaving it up for Illinois. Let's see what Illinois can do with it. Now Guardian passes to Illinois in the neutral zone. Let's see what they can do with it. All 3 of Harrisburg's men will be on that. Maybe a bit of a mistake there, but they do get it out. Turns defense into offense. Shot by Redbot just off the post. Illinois will collect his thoughts and eventually go with it. Here he comes, charging it on the side. Illinois with a shot. Scored! Beautiful goal there! Meticulous movement leads to a meticulous goal, and a very important one as it's 2-3. Dismantles all 3 of the Senators, and that's about as beautiful as they come. Speaking of, here's Guardian. Speaking of, here's a shot, and he scores! And I was just checking the stats there, making sure everything's right. Here's Guardian with a shot. Just a blooper, and nobody wants to get it. 0 hustle from the Senators. They just didn't want that one, and it's 3-3. We're all tied up here, and a sigh of relief from every fan in the building. Redbot whiffs, leaving an open opportunity for Illinois. Here comes Illinois, charging on the other side. Waterfall, saved by St. Peter. That setup was nice, but St. Peter blocked that as well as my ad blocker does when I'm on Firefox. Now, the same can't be said for when I'm on my phone and I have an ad blocker. That's about as good as Swiss cheese from Broken. Honestly, I think there's worse options on this one. Shot by Redbot, and there we go! The bread and the butter! Redbot with the hat trick. Right there, nice shot by the guy. And Kamel almost got that save, could not put it together. Kickoff here, and the River Cats, they need to come up with something now after that deflator of a goal. Illinois trying to put it out. 30 seconds remaining. Illinois coming up with it. St. Peter getting it out. Little neutral zone. Redbot with a shot just off the post. Rebound chance. Illinois completely other side of the net, and St. Peter will elect to defer that. In the neutral zone, Kamel's going to have it. Here comes Kamel. And she's Salad with it now. Destroyed by Illinois. Here's a shot saved by St. Peter. 1 second left. Let's see what Illinois can do with it. Redbot's trying to get it down, and they will. The Senators win Game 1. That's a little bit too close for comfort for the Senators there, but they do get it done. Redbot with a monumental 7 shots on the day, at least for that game, and the River Cats go down 3-2-1 in shots. And it's not about the quantity of shots, about the quality of shots specifically, and I feel like they did a good job of that, but not good enough. And they could have gotten more chances. I feel like if they just had a little bit more, maybe hustle, maybe other people in the zone rather than Illinois, we would have had a closer game. But that is Game 1 in the books. And we await Game 2. Let's see if there's going to be a change. I don't assume there's going to be a change for Harrisburg. They don't have a very deep roster. They have Axbot and Mako. And they kind of need St. Peter. St. Peter played amazing. All 3 players played amazingly. They just had a couple goals which were due to lack of hustle. So if they can hustle a little bit more, they 100% take the rest of the series. As for the Sacramento River Cats, maybe a change is in the cards here. That wouldn't be out of the question. I think maybe we see why Speedbot is a starter. I mean, it's a possible outcome here. We'll get the call. Kameo will come out, and Speedbot will be in. And he will be playing midfielder as Guardian moves down to goal. / defender. Getting ready for game 2. They're in the huddle now, about to break as the timer is almost up to start game number 2. How are we looking? Who are we thinking is going to be a really good competitor in this season? Who's going to be a fraud? One of the biggest questions looming. If y'all got an answer to that question, be sure to leave it in the chat. I will be happy to answer your questions too. If you got an answer to mine, be sure to leave it. I'll give you my thoughts on that. But time for my thoughts about this game. Let's cut to the chase. Game 2, live right now. I'm Tetro, and this is the RLBA. Let's go. Game 2, 0-0, completely new ball game with the substitution of Speedbot. And let's see, shot saved by Speedbot immediately off the bench, getting him started here. It's a good matchup for Speedbot. Don't know why they didn't put him in, especially seeing this. Here's Guardian, and now they're all firing on all cylinders here. The River Cats come up with an important goal, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the Senators to do something. 1-0, and the River Cats putting a little bit of pressure on them, maybe a lot of it. It's like those Instagram massage therapists, which you never want to be in their videos. That's kind of what the River Cats are planning to do now. They're doing a dang good job of it. Guardian with a nice play to just kick that down and get it over the head of a Senators player. A shot by Guardian and saved by Redbot just narrowly. Here's a rebound by Illinois. Shot off the right post, and St. Peter will get that out, but for how long? It's in the neutral zone. Guardian looking to tap it in for Illinois. Illinois beats all 3 Senators men. He's got the speed here. Looking a little bit like Lightning McQueen. Wouldn't be out of the question here. He is very fast. Illinois coming. Here's a shot, and that's just going to be off the post, but it's going to be in the crease. Another shot here. Same result. Speedbot keeping it in. Lovely play from the man there. Guardian is really fascinated by the wall there. I don't know what's happening, but I digress. Here's Speedbot leaving it up for Illinois. Hammer Chisal getting it out, and the Senators have been hauled in their zone all game here, and that's about as good as you're going to get from the River Cats. They're playing really good today. Here's Redbot coming in the neutral zone. Leaves it up for the River Cats to just kind of take possession. Here's Redbot trying to negate it, but the shot gets blocked. Trying to negate the 1-0 lead, making 1-1, tie it all up, but they can't manage to do that. Good shot by Speedbot, though, will be off the backboard. Tries to center it. Can't get it. Here's Guardian. All 3 members firing on all cylinders. Here's Speedbot once again. St. Peter will get it out. Over to Illinois. Illinois leaving it up to the neutral zone. Not good with how snipey this offense is. Redbot with a shot. Saved by Illinois. He will get it out. Going to waterfall it. Hamburger cheese salad to center it. It's going to be whiffed on by 2 River Cats members. There's a shot scored by Redbot off of the pressure. That's all they need. And it's 1-1, all tied up here with 2:30 left to play. Speaking of, it's been 2 minutes and 24 seconds since our last goal. And this has been a low-scoring affair, about as what Harrisburg wants, especially if you're in their last season. That's what they really came here for, just defense. All they're good at. But Redbot's really good at offense, and it shows. Here, another goal from the big man here. Just gets it up. Nobody's playing defense, and that's going to come back to bite him, as the River Cats fall 2-1. They're going to need to pay back that there. Not the situation you want to be in, especially in a low-scoring game like this. It's a huge advantage for Harrisburg. Coming up, gets absolutely bodied by St. Peter. Waterfall in it, leaving it in their zone. Here's Harrisburg. Guardian with a nice play to center it. There's Redbot. It's going to be in their net as Redbot touches it with his car and just leaves a wide open net for Guardian to take that point. Nice goal by the guy there, but a little bit of an error from Redbot, a massive error, as it's now all tied up at 2-2. Maybe a little bit more scoring than we originally thought, as they're going to start probably wailing on us now. And start looking like those elementary school math questions. Here's Redbot to leave it in. Here's Speedbot now. Wants to stop any flow of the play. Here's Hamburger Cheese Salad. Open net and scored. Wanted to keep the flow up, and all he really needed to do was get an aerial up there, and he got it. And that's going to be a net that's going to be a goal that was just deflected into the back of the net with nobody in it. Definitely a big flaw for the River Cats. They really have nobody guarding their net. So a shot saved by Speedbot. Rebounded by Hamburger Cheese Salad, and that will be corralled by the River Cats. Corralled by Redbot as they center it. Here's a shot from Redbot, and he scores 4-2, and Redbot's got another hat trick. And the dynamic duo comes in again. They're like right next to each other. They're fiending for that goal. They both want it just as much as the next guy. Off the backboard now to start with a shot from Redbot, and that will be saved narrowly by Guardian. Nice save from the guy there. He's probably going to have to do that a couple more times in this game. There's a shot, and he's going to need to do that again, but can't as Hamburger Cheese Salad comes away with it. Redbot, I was going to say Redbot got the assist, and they're just both on it again. They're just feeding for the points now, and it's 5-2. This game's starting to seem extremely out of reach from Sacramento. A nice pass to himself, but Speedbot can't get away with anything. 1 minute left in this contest, and it's been a pretty good one, although Harrisburg has really pulled away with it in these last few minutes. Here's Illinois, playing with it off the backboard a couple times. His teammates will not be there to help him. Neither will they will be there on defense. They'll clear it, though. Here's Guardian. Open net about as open as you can get him in 3-5. Maybe this game isn't over just yet. And the Redbot and Hamburger Cheese Salad making a not-so-great play, but it's in the books as a 3-5 goal, and they're going to look to rally back here and quickly. They got 32 seconds left to do so. 30-second marker here. Here's Illinois off the wall. Illinois playing with it off the backboard again. Guardian coming down with it. Here's a shot off the backboard. Going to be elected to put to the wall by the River Cats. Here's the River Cats. And now here's Illinois looking to charge in once again. Here he comes. Gets it over one. Gets it over two. Here's a shot off the backboard. Waterfall off the backboard. Very narrow timestamp here to work with. 1 second left here. And this game is just about sealed. Speedbot's going to rocket it in. St. Peter is going to play tennis, and that will be it. The Senators will win Game 2 and take the series 2-0. Nice game from Harrisburg. They really pulled away with it in the last few minutes, and that's basically going to be the story of this whole match here, is that they really could not come up with anything until the last few minutes, and they really laid it on them. Well, that's going to be all from us tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed, and that will be all. But don't worry, we got a game tomorrow, and it will be between the Henderson Silver Knights and the Green Bay Blizzard. But until then, I will catch y'all later. I am Tetro, and this has been the RLBA.